Hey everyone, it's AmaiHito, bringing you another Endorphin training camp. Changing colors in Endorphin is one of the easiest things to do, but it's one of the things I'm constantly asked about in my videos. First of all, you click Options at the top of the screen, and then choose Display. That brings up this delightful entry field. And this allows you to change the colors of everything in Endorphin, including the timeline, the viewport, and most importantly, the character. The three changes that I usually make in my videos are changing the color of the collision objects, these blue things you see, usually making them a deeper, richer blue, or if I'm feeling more adventurous, going with a green. And once you save it, you'll see the character is now greenish. Ugly color, I'm changing it now. Blue, you can see the color solid. It's what's changing when you're moving the selection around. Just click wherever you want. Then over here changes how bright or how dark the color is. I usually go for the center. Do whatever you want. When you find a color solid that you like, click OK. And those are the collision objects. The mass objects, I usually also change to, and you see how the character is kind of grayish right now because the color of its mass objects is also grayish. I'm lazy, so I just make the character white. I just take the slider from where it was all the way up to the top where it's now white and click OK. And as you see, not only is the character brighter, but the blue of the collision objects looks brighter with the white against it. And then fluid objects. Right now, the fluid objects on this character are invisible. It's a standard character, so when I select the fluid objects, there's just fluid object blobs on it. But the way that you make clothing for your character is by manipulating the fluid objects. And you just change the fluid object color the same way you change everything else. Just select the color that you want, click OK. There you go. One of the things that you should also keep in mind when you're doing this is constraints placed on the character change the color of the character. Okay, simulate. When I simulate, you can see that the character's chest and hips turn gray while the constraint is still on. I use a lot of constraints in my scenes, so the way that I take this grayness out is to go to Events in the display option and look for Event Constraint. Click on that, you see it's also gray. This is one of the reasons why I'm so lazy with changing the color of my mass objects. Because when you change the color of the constraint to the same color as the mass object, you no longer can see the constraint. Or if you want everyone to know, hey, I'm using constraint right here, you can just make it whatever color you want. As you can see, I made the color black. The character's chest and hips are now black. I make the color white, and the constraint is now invisible. Now no one can tell that I'm using a constraint there. You can use the color changing tutorial or just color changing in general to make the character look however you want it to. It's very fast, very easy, and it adds a little bit of an interesting twist to your videos. Have a good day and keep up the good work.